Hello. How do y'all do this? Okay. Hi baddies, welcome to my YouTube channel. I know most people say welcome back to my YouTube channel, but this is my first sit down sideways video that's gonna be a little bit longer than a minute, hopefully. Yeah, I'm really nervous. I don't know how to talk to a camera for an extended period of time that isn't like a voiceover or like a little TikTok skit. But I wanted to make my first ever YouTube video, and for my first one I wanted to make it a little book review. I've read a few books in the past year, honestly not as much as I really wanted to, but I have read a few. If you're a girly that's trying to get into reading a little bit more but just doesn't know what kind of books to pick up, or if they would like some of the things that are recommended, this video is for you. I don't know how to do this, so most people say to subscribe please, or to follow me on TikTok. My handle will be down below in the description box. But let's get to it. The first book in my little book review will be Good Material by Dolly Alderton. This is one of my favorites. It was recommended by another YouTuber. Her name is Melissa Estrella. She's one of my favorite YouTubers ever, and she recommended this book. I did end up getting it because of her, but I ended up loving it so much. So now anytime I'm recommending a book to somebody, this is the first one I recommend. I love this book kind of because of what she said. It's not your typical kind of romance book where everything just works out and is magically perfect. It's a different kind of love, a more real kind of love that I feel like a lot more people can relate to than your typical fantasy romance, you know. And I feel like this book just kind of gives it how it is, because these authentic moments, or these moments where we're feeling emotional, is not all that pretty, and sometimes it is embarrassing, and sometimes you do end up looking like a bad person, and I feel like this book is great examples of that. And one thing about this book that is pretty different than other romance novels is that this book is actually in the male perspective. The only critique I have about this book is that at times it felt a little bit slow. I felt like I was just kind of, like wanting to get to the point. But I feel like that's the beauty of this book, is that that's how breakups are. You gotta give it time. You gotta heal. It's not as fast as you wish it would be, and it's not as exciting. It's just hard, and it takes time. This book is definitely a 10 out of 10. I definitely recommend it to anybody wanting to read. I was so happy. I accidentally got the hardcover, but after reading it, I was so happy that I did get a hardcover with it. The next book is The Wife Between Us. So this book, I will say, I kept going on and off on. I would read for days at a time, get through a good amount of it, and then put it down for like a few weeks and then pick it back up. This book, I will say, it was interesting, but I definitely felt teased throughout it. And what I mean by that is I feel like at the ending of every few chapters, they led up to this big secret being revealed, or to this big thing that you have been anticipating, and then the next chapter starts, and I feel like the ending of the last chapter never happened, and we just went to the next part of the story. So that's the only kind of critique I have about this book. It wasn't my favorite. I feel like they kept building up this moment. I might have to give this book another try and just read it throughout, instead of taking breaks, weeks breaks between the readings, because obviously taking a day or two is normal, but a week or two between readings, that could interfere with the book a little bit. So maybe I might read this one again and then see what I think about it after reading it a second time. And the third book is The Housemaid. This is another one of my favorite books. I loved this book. When I first read it, I was just I was captivated. I was shocked. I felt like I was on the edge of my seat. I felt like I didn't know what to expect, and then the ending just had me shocked and wanting more. I loved this book. This is about a housemaid, as you can expect from the cover, going to work for a family, and the beginning of the book, it definitely has you forming so many strong opinions about these characters, and then towards the end of the book, your opinions have completely flipped. the kind of book where I really did not want to put down. I had to at some points, obviously, because I had other things to do. But this kind of book, I just wanted to keep reading and reading and reading. And I finished it pretty quick. And it's, let's see, about 300 pages. So not too much, but I remember not being able to put it down. I wanted to read it, and I was obsessed with it. So this is another kind of book that I recommend to people that ask me like what kind of books to read or anything. I feel like this is a good one because this one has you actually invested in the story. It's definitely one of my faves. Always recommend to people. And they are making it into a movie. The main actress is not really what I would have pictured for Millie, which is the main character of the book. So I just hope it gets brought to justice. I'm not having high hopes though, but I guess we'll see when the movie comes out. Okay, the last book is The Housemaid's Secret, which is kind of cheating. It's the second book in the series of the Housemaid series. There's 3 books in total, and I have to say that this one also lived up to the original story. The book is an exciting story, just like the first book, continuation of the people that she met in the first book and their relationship growing. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil anymore, but I really liked it, and I felt like it kept me just as captivated as the first book, which is a little hard with second books because you already know kind of the big secret, you know the big reveal, you know what's going on with this character, you know them personally, so it's harder to surprise the reader on the second try because you have an idea of what's going on in their head already. Like, this book did a great job of still keeping me surprised and intrigued into another story in her life. That was my little book review. I hope to do more of these in the future. I really want to get back into reading. I have some other books that I have not read quite yet. This is one I just picked up. My fault. I read the back of it and was pretty intrigued. I think it is a romance. Yeah, it's a romance kind of book. So I'm gonna read this. I normally don't read just romance. I like mystery or intrigue along with it, and I feel like this one is just romance, but I'll definitely read it and get back to you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my first ever YouTube video. If you like this one, please subscribe and comment, and I'll be doing more of these videos and like makeup videos, fashion videos, vlogging videos, that kind of style. So if you like that, please subscribe. Thanks.